A quick reaction to Dortmund versus 15-time Champions League winner Real Madrid.
Well, Real Madrid in a Champions League final, it only ever ends one way, or at least that's how it feels sometimes when you're watching. This is their throne. They make it feel inevitable. Michah Richard. Which they must have to a lot of people who are around.
Honestly,
sorry.
I told you at halftime. That there's moments in games Dortmund played exceptionally well, but in the key moments they didn't take their chances. And we've seen it time and time again with Real Madrid. It was like a boxer. It looked like it was down and out. But they had to go again in the second half and they got the job done. We expected it, that Real Madrid was going to score at some stage. And that's why they're champions, because in the key moments, they really know how to kill off the game. Outstanding.
Listen, Champions League final consists of two teams, right? Each team has 11 players. But at the end of the day, one team wins. That's Real Madrid. And today is no exception to that.
I mean, you feared for Borussia Dortmund at half-time because, as I said, they've dominated so much. And I said at half-time, this Real Madrid team are too good to play as poorly in the second half as they did in that first half. And when they got that first goal, it was like they just had an energy boost. And they went up a level then, and it just felt like Borussia Dortmund were never going to get back into the game. And obviously the second goal kills it.
Absolutely, I totally agree with Jamie here, because Dortmund was the better side in first half. We, as a Real Madrid fans, we were shocked what we saw at first half. However, what does matter? Who wins at the end of the day? No one will remember Dortmund's heroic performance, brave performance after 5 years, right? No one. But everyone will remember that Real Madrid won this Champions League. This is why winning is the most important factor in football.
How on earth must Jude Bellingham feel right now?
I mean, it's just outstanding. I mean, to be able to arrive on the first season, winning the league, winning the Champions League. But listen, I know we are in England. I know it's Jude Bellingham. But Carragher, please. I mean, 8 years without scoring a goal in the Champions League, right? Is that it? You scored the winner, going on for 6, the record for Real Madrid. He went for it. I mean, and the game that he had a tough game at the beginning with Adeyemi. Don't underestimate that. But he grew into the game. He did. And it's just, that's just Real Madrid. And I know people are going to tell me, did you expect that? Yes, that's what they do. You don't take your chances against big teams. And I know people will talk about luck. At the end of the day, you missing a goal is also down to your skills. It's part of the game. They have 1, they score. They have 2, they score.
Thank you, Henry, for bringing this point. Today is not about discussing about Jude's performance. Today, if we want to discuss players' performance, we have to discuss Carvajal's performance because of his goal. And we have to discuss, for me, the man of the match was simply one player, Vinicius Jr., the Ballon d'Or winner next year. 100% for me, he's settled. There's no other player who deserves more chance to win Ballon d'Or than Vinicius Jr. The last point Henry said, it's not about luck, it's about finishing your chance. Absolutely. I mean, Dortmund already used all their lucks against PSG second leg, right? And today, no one can say that Dortmund was unlucky. It's simply just their players did not finish their chance. And our players, like especially our goalie, was a wow. This is another point we have to discuss later on, like Courtois' performance.
Oh, the keeper very well, Courtois. He is outstanding. There was a debate where Lunin was going to start, but Courtois.
Micah, I'm sure you remember I called Thibaut Courtois the best goalkeeper in the world before the final. Not when he made those saves and everyone jumped on the bandwagon. I said that way before because I worked with him. He is outstanding. And once again, if you take the Carragher moment, he's man of the match for sure.
Listen, I told you in my last video that Courtois is the only player who will play in this Champions League final because he is the best goalie in the world. That's period. I know that half of Madridista fans are angry, sad. Lunin did not play because they think they deserve it. But when you have the best goalie, no matter how he deserves it, that player deserves to play, like Courtois. And today he showed the world why he was chosen by Carlo Ancelotti. When Courtois plays, one thing is that we have safety, we have security in our goalie. Despite so many mistakes committed by our defenders today, when you have Courtois, we know that, okay, there is someone we can trust. There is someone, okay, who can stop those chances. I'm not trying to diminish Lonin's heroic performance this season because he was a leader in our goalie, right? He was insane. When Courtois got injured, he took the full responsibility. But what I'm trying to say, Courtois is the best goalie in the world.
What is your head right now?
I'm a bit calmer now. Very emotional when the first whistle went. I can't really believe it, to be honest. I can't believe I'm here and my family's there. I wanted to fall into all my family's arms now and just enjoy the night. And so happy, honestly, man. I'm so happy.
You are a Champions League winner on your first year at Real Madrid. Come on, explain that with logic.
I could only do it tomorrow. And even then, I think I'll be recovering from something else tomorrow. So in a few days, I'll tell you how it feels. And yeah, I can't put it into words at the minute. I'm really struggling.
I'll help you. It's very logic. Real Madrid, the shortest guy, the full back, scores a header, and then you go 1-0 up.
Yeah, that's Real Madrid for you, isn't it? I think we're never out of the game. You can never write us off, and we have game winners all over the pitch, and we showed that again tonight.
Okay, first of all, Bellingham's point. Absolutely, insane success with Real Madrid in his first year. That I don't think he even thought about it. None of the Madridistas even dreamed about it on his first season. Like, he will win La Liga for us and Champions League. That's insane achievement. The second point DM brought out, that the shortest player probably on the pitch scored the goal for Real Madrid. That just shows that in Real Madrid this season, there is a reason why they're so successful in La Liga and Champions League. When it does matter, different player shows up. They score goals. For example, say against RBL, who scored the goal? Brahim Diaz. And today, 5'8" probably his height. Dani Carvajal. He scored the insane header in Champions League final. This is why Real Madrid is different in Champions League.
It's not just talent that they have, Real Madrid, it's character as well, to come through in those moments, to keep on believing and stay composed when Dortmund are outplaying you for at least 30 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, I think Jude mentioned it there. They got game winners all over the pitch. I think his temperament is so great. I think if you look at his personal performance today, he didn't have his best of the games, but he stuck in there. That's where the character, the spirit, and the know-how of a team that's won it so many times. We keep talking about Real Madrid and what they do and what they achieve, and like Thierry said, it can't be luck. They got lucky a little bit in the first half, but it's how they recovered. When someone recovers like that, that's not down to luck, that's belief, and they believe in themselves so much, and that's how they got the job done in the end.
There's one player I absolutely love to see in football. Not player, a person. That's Zizou. Like, whenever I see him, it feels uplifting, like motivating. Like, he has different aura, I would say. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's discuss today's performance. First of all, first half. We did not expect this kind of performance by Dortmund. They have played insane. They gave all their 100% in first half. I would say that Dortmund coach, he studied Real Madrid pretty well. We were so disconnected in first half. Our defenders at midfield was isolated. That is why we struggled. Being said that, that's also probably the reason we won, because Dortmund used all their energy in first half, maybe in first 10 minutes in second half. Real Madrid had a lot of energy. So when they upped their energy, Dortmund just sacrificed. They just yielded. They had nothing to do. They're like, we're so tired.
You played for Carlo Ancelotti, Thierry. What would that halftime talk have been like in the dressing room?
The boss is, not that long, obviously, he has changed things, but he's a calm guy. He's very calm, he trusts his team, he trusts, obviously, this club, that they can obviously return, a tie that looked like they were not in control. But somehow, like I said to you, if you don't score, then Real Madrid will punish you. And Carlo is a very composed man, very composed.
Special manager.
Listen, Carlo deserves his flower. He absolutely deserves what he has done for us this season. This season, despite all the injuries, despite all the ACLs, Our best goalie was out. Our best defenders were out. We have no number 9. We have no pure striker in the front. We still won La Liga and Champions League. And that was only possible because of this man.
He is. I mean, I think he's the first person now to have been involved in 7 winning European Cup finals. You know, as a manager and a player, no one can sort of beat that. I mean, that's his record there, as you see it. I mean, he's just a legendary, figure in the game. And, a few years ago, people maybe wrote him off and felt like he was not going to come back at the top level. Somehow he found himself back at Real Madrid after the Everton job, and he just comes here. And I've said this before, that there's 2 guys there, Zidane and Carlo Ancelotti. We don't rave about these guys as being tacticians, or the way we speak about maybe a Klopp or a Guardiola, but they are perfect managers for Real Madrid. And, Real Madrid, for me, needs that type of manager, and as I said, that's why they've both been so successful.
What do you mean by perfect, though, Jamie? In terms of what?
In terms of, they've got the best players, make sure they're happy, just play them in the right positions. They don't need to be given sort of too much information. It doesn't need a style or a strategy. It's right, what makes this team work, keep them happy. So the system you see Real Madrid play, it's not that conventional for most teams, but it suits the players that they have. And next season when Mbappe comes, they may do something different.
You know why there are some moments where coach like Carlo Ancelotti is better than, say, Pep Guardiola, who is people say the master tactician, and people say Carlo is not a tactician, just a man management. Although I have a disagreement, I don't think without tactics, he would not achieve what he achieved so far. Like 7 Champions League and 5 Champions League as a manager. That doesn't happen without any tactics. He has tactics, but the difference is that he does let express his players their skills. He let players like Vini to do what they love to do, like dribbling. That's why it's more fun for me. On the other hand, coaches like Pep, they have a set player style. They'll tell you players, okay, you will do this, you'll do pass here. They don't let their players to express freedom. As a result, football can be more robotic.
Yeah. Am I okay to speak to you?
Yeah, no problem.
Last game, you've gone out. You've been a legendary footballer, but to go out in your last game as a Champions League winner for Real Madrid?
Yeah, it could be worse. That was a plan, I guess. So, but of course, it's difficult to plan this, but it's crazy. It seems like, even we didn't do our best match today, obviously, but it seems that in these games we're not able to lose.
In the game, you struggled in the first half, but you showed your class in the second half. What did the manager say to you at half-time? Because obviously Borussia Dortmund were on top.
Yeah, of course, the best at half-time was the result, I guess. So we were pretty lucky in the first half. We didn't do a good game. We changed some things. We tried to be a bit more compact. The coach put Jude some meters right next to me to be a bit more compact in this area, and I think it helped. And especially, I think after we scored, I think we improved a lot. And then there was no doubt anymore. But first half, we struggled a lot, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, this is why I have so much respect for Toni Kroos. So honest, like he would not lie. Say, oh no, we played good. No, he just agreed that we did not play our best football. Also, what a way to finish your football career in club. Like he won La Liga title and Champions League. Now he's retiring. People can just dream.
You play for a huge club, one of the biggest clubs in the world in Bayern Munich, but then you come to Real Madrid. What is different and special about Real Madrid that you have so much success in the Champions League?
You don't lose finals. I think that's a good base to have, I guess. Now, I think it's crazy when you see the way to the finals over the last years, that it comes about quality, of course, but the mentality is crazy to even be the worst team, but win these games. I think it's a lot of believing, and that's I think that separates this club from all the others.
Those are really good points. Not losing final for Madrid, and then not giving up even when you're behind, when you were not your best, because you know that you can come back. Also, this is what I'll say. He won 6 Champions League, right? Today was his 6th. If he would stay in Bayern, I don't think he would win so many Champions League.
This one here, again, front post, really good leap from him. We've got to give it from the goal point of view at the start. It was really good. But it's poor defending from Dortmund. Gets above Fulkrug. And you knew, once he scored this goal, it was Real Madrid's night. Devastating blow from him, it really was. But fair play to Carragher.
So given Carvajal tried two header almost exactly identical, my theory is that they knew that Dortmund would not defend against Carvajal because they know that he's short. So maybe Carlo Ancelotti practiced these tactics. Maybe Carvajal, you try because you'll be free. And maybe that's why we won.
Yeah, we're going to show you the second goal as well, which of course came from Vinicius Jr. You want to take us through this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about it, but I don't know if he meant that. I mean, Madsen makes a mistake, gives the ball to Bellingham, and then after the rest is history. I don't think he means to hit the ball back on the ground. I think if you see on the last replay, you will see that the ball will pop up a bit, and then it will help him to finish it. I mean, if you see that this one now, whoop, boom, the ball is going up. He hits the ball on top of the ball, and then, you know, once you make that ball do that, usually you can beat the keeper, especially if the ball is on target.
First of all, Dortmund lost all their momentum once Madrid scored their first goal. And then a huge mistake. Bellingham got lucky. He got the ball. And he found the best player right now, Vinicius Jr. What a finish with his weak foot, left foot. That's incredible. Another goal in Champions League final. This guy is a big game player.
Vinicius Jr. Let's take a look at a recap of his night in general and see how that went. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Yeah, for me, I think he was the only one who showed anything in that first half, really, and was looking dangerous. I actually feared for the Borussia Dortmund fullback. This came in the first sort of minute of the game. He left them for dead, and I thought he's going to have a huge problem throughout this game. But he still ends up being the match winner in the second half because it was difficult for him to show his true self because Real Madrid weren't dominant on the ball, and it was Borussia Dortmund who were creating the chances. But every chance he got, he caused a huge problem.
So here I have slight disagreement with Jamie Carragher because he said probably Vinny is the only player who showed up in first half. For me, it's not just Vinicius. Yes, Vinicius was phenomenal in first half. He was the only attacker who was doing something because other two were missing, right? However, you also have to discuss Courtois. Without him, we would have conceded at least 1 or 2 goals, right? That's 100%. And then another player, not many people are talking probably, is Fede Valverde. Like, he was the only midfielder in first half, was trying to do something different, was showing some arrogance at midfield in a good way. Like, some of the passes he did, some of the chance creation he was doing, other players weren't syncing with his thought process. Like, he was really good in first half. Anyway, there will be no discussion for player ratings today because that's useless because we won the Champions League. 15th Champions League. Let me know, what did you think about everything? What's your feelings now? Like, how do you feel?